Good morning in Amataweld, and then look at the sunrise. Look how beautiful it is. I just think, honestly, right now, living in California, walking is actually pretty good. I've been walking more this week, but I'm not paying $5 a gallon for gasoline, but everything's going to go up in price. But the thing is, I don't think just rushing out of state or moving to a state that you wouldn't enjoy is a good way either. I know for some people it works, but I wouldn't want to live in a state that I didn't find beautiful with good weather. I wouldn't want to do that. I don't want to do a California hustle, but I also don't want to move to a state where I wouldn't be happy. Because the thing about if you grow up in California, you're used to diversity of cuisine, food, scenery. We have some of the most beautiful natural scenery in the country, and I just personally take that over moving to another state where I wouldn't be happy, because you could be living in a state where I don't know, I like to go outside and see the mountains and see the palm trees and maybe go to the desert and the beach when I want to. Not that I go every day, but it's always there, and to me that's worth it. And I don't think you should run away from your state. This is another thing I'm thinking too. I think people should kind of be stronger cookie and say, well, maybe there's something wrong with housing prices in our state. That's my thought on it. Kind of go against the grain on this one. But yeah, the sunrise is so beautiful. Anyway, I'm just walking and talking and thinking per usual, and my thought today is this. Anytime, I know people love, these days, confrontational culture, one-up culture, one-upping somebody, when somebody feels wrong, having the last word. So important to people. Not so important to me. Lately, I've just been thinking, in the past, if people were inconsistent or rude, because a lot of times people are inconsistent. They don't know what they want out of life, but that's not your problem. I know what I want out of life. It's a very consistent thing. I have consistent hobbies, interests, life plan. I don't change it every 5 minutes. I know at the end of the day, I still love history, and I still love to read and draw and enjoy my life, But, some people, they just don't know what they want out of life, and that's okay. They go from thing to thing to thing. I don't get it, but that's just not my way. I kind of think it's just maybe it's a modern life thing. People don't want consistency, but I think, yes, the world's inconsistent, but the best thing you can do is to strive to make your own life as consistent as possible every day. My opinion. And anytime somebody seems rude to you, just withdraw. I do. I withdraw. I have nothing to say. And I've been hearing that a lot lately. Withdraw. You don't give uncertainty the time of day. And certain people, that's their answer, because they don't know what they want. It's not you, it's them. They don't know what they want out of life. And I can tell you this, I've just encountered so many people, they don't have a clue. They might want one thing, they think, but then it changes from day to day, and they don't know themselves, and they don't have a strong mindset. So I'm kind of okay, for those individuals, just withdraw. The minute anything is ever rude or seems unkind, or you just go quiet on your Western front, you have nothing to say. To me, that's the best way. And also too, it's given me a lot of peace, because I've just realized recently, your uncertainty is about you. It's not about me, okay? It was never about me. It was always about you. And yeah, they're hardcore consistent. And I just the hardcore consistent people is very attractive. They know what they want out of life. They have consistent ideas, plans. I'm not saying you can't be spontaneous, but maybe too much spontaneity is indicative of not knowing your mindset. How can you not know who you are? Like, maybe you just need to sit in a room and think about it. I don't know. But at the end of the day, also too, I wanted to help people in the past, but like when it comes to even like certain collaborations, I'm not going to explain to someone if they were rude to me, like why I don't want to do it anymore. I have a boundary and I have a line, and if you cross my line, I don't know, you just get silence from me, because when I'm silent to you, when I'm not engaging with you, it's just because I'm like, okay, well, you were rude, or you were uncertain, you didn't know what you wanted out of life, so I retreat, and I don't give you the time of day. That's my thought on all that. Like, if you just are like kind of flipping from person to person to person, trying to find some fulfillment, find fulfillment within yourself. People are not your interest points. They're not things to fill you up for a day. Work on yourself, you know? That's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, gosh, the trees are like so pollinated. It makes my eyes water in the early morning. So I love the spring, but that's one thing I don't really love about the spring. But yeah, I just don't have time for inconsistent people. I never have to have the last word with anybody. I'm truly good just being with myself and looking for consistent people. Because I think that when you start doing, like, I wasn't like, I'm pretty consistent, but the thing that I'm working on is just going more quiet and having stronger boundaries with people. Because one thing I learned is if you're nice, people will disrespect you, and you have to have like an ironclad boundary. It has to be ironclad, I'm telling you. Like, and like, you only have one chance with me now. Like, I've decided that. Like, I'm not gonna give people second, third chances, like, for anything, friendship, like anything, because I'm not interested in like your inconsistency, and you don't gonna be like weird one day and then say the next day, oh, I was in a Krabby Patty mood. No. Like, work on yourself, get consistent in your life, know what you want out of life, and then if you're willing to be consistent and kind-hearted, maybe I'll talk to you again. But the minute that someone's just rude or uncertain with me now, I just go quiet. I'm like, yeah, that's all you need out of life. You don't need anybody else. You just need yourself. And a few good family and friends, my opinion. That's truly my opinion. So many people look for validation in others. I don't. I look for it within myself. You know, because nobody's going to validate you. Nobody's going to complete you. And I think that's one of the travesties of this modern life. People are so inconsistent. They don't know what they want out of life. It's kind of sad, but it's not my problem. And I'll still be polite to people, but I'm not really willing to help people as much anymore after just thinking about it. Like, no, you have to be very consistent with me, know what you want out of life, and then maybe. Yeah, that's just my thoughts on all this. But anyway, have a nice day.